sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. We're going to talk some Browns and NFL football and free agency. We're going to talk some NFL draft news. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Which Rocky actor once played in the NFL? I will have the answer later in the podcast. Now we're going to turn to the Browns. The Browns have signed veteran defensive end Adrian Claiborne to a 2-year deal. His agency announced on Tuesday, that's today, Claiborne, 31, who played in 15 games with the Atlanta Falcons last year, will enter his 10th season in the NFL. The Browns have been on the hunt for an experienced pass rusher to help flank All-Pro Myles Garrett along their defensive line. Claiborne is a former first-round draft pick who spent his first 4 seasons with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He has a 36.5 career sacks. Claiborne rejoined the Falcons for a second stint last season after playing with the New England Patriots in 2018. He worked primarily as a situational pass rusher and finished last season with 4 sacks and 2 fumbles while starting just 1 game. Now, regarded as a popular locker room presence, Claiborne recorded a season-best 9.5 sacks with the Falcons in 2017. That same season, he revealed that he is seriously considering retirement, but his wife talked him out of it. So I think this was a good move by the Browns to sign Claiborne, and I think he's going to be really a valuable addition to the Browns this upcoming season. So we'll see what the Browns do in training camp and mini camp and all that. And the NFL draft is 3 weeks from this Thursday, on April 23rd, and I don't know if I will be doing it at the Murphy house. Home of my friends Matt K. Murphy. Matt Murphy and I have talked. Because of the coronavirus situation, we're playing it out by ear. I may have him on the phone as my guest. I will let you know. I will update you on that, so stay tuned. But NFL, we have some NFL draft news. The Dolphins could be trading number 5 pick overall in round 1 to the Lions for number 3 pick overall. The Dolphins are in need of a young quarterback to build around. If the Bengals pick Joe Burrow first overall, and the Redskins select pass rusher Chase Young at number 2, then the Lions could re-up the benefit of Tua Tagovailoa and Justin Herbert, still on the board in Miami, in great position to make an offer with its stockpile of draft capital. Now, with the Chargers and Jaguars also potentially in the market for a quarterback, the Dolphins may need to give up the 5th pick and 2 second-round picks, 1 in 2020 and 1 in 2021, to stop others from leapfrogging them for a passer. Now, they have been in need of a passer for a while and a young quarterback because they did not have that great of a season. And Ryan Fitzpatrick got a decent year, but they need a young quarterback. And I just feel that this could be a good move by Miami. We'll have to wait and see because I think they did trade with the Bengals for the first pick today, from what I have heard. So we'll see what they do when the draft begins on April 23rd. Now that said, I won't be surprised or blame Washington head coach Ron Rivera if he falls in love with the talent and character of Tagovailoa. If the Redskins pick QB at number 2 and take Young with the 3rd pick, then Giants general manager Dave Gettleman's statement of being open for business with the number 4 pick overall could really come to fruition. So we're going to see what happens with us because the Giants have the 4th pick overall, and they're also looking to get a wide receiver and a pass rusher. So we'll see what happens. Now the Broncos could be trading their number 15 pick overall in round 1 to the Browns for their number 10 pick overall. Now they originally had the Browns taking Andrew Thomas with the 10th pick, and then media sources had the Browns taking Mekhi Becton with the number 10 pick overall, allowing newly signed Jack Conklin to remain at his comfortable right tackle position. Now, I think this would be a bad move, and so does my really good friend who I co-anchor sports with Magnolia Clubhouse, Keith Norman, who has his own sports show on Sports Radio, AM 850 WKNR, and he's also on Tony Rizzo's show as well. And he feels that'd be a bad move as well, and he feels the Browns should take Andrew Thomas with the 10th pick. I agree with him, and he will be on my guest on my podcast on Sunday on the phone with me on my cell phone. I'll have it on speakerphone, so he will be my guest with me on Sunday. But anyway, the Broncos made a smart pick last year when they selected Drew Lock in the 2nd round, or at least looks that way from their early returns. They should now be in the market for one of the top-notch receivers in this year's class to complement wide receiver number 1 Courtland Sutton. Whether they convert to the top end speed of Henry Ruggs III, smooth routes of Jerry Jeudy, or the excellent all-around game of C.D. Lamb. The Broncos' hopes of becoming a contender in the AFC rest on the team's ability to constantly move the ball through the air, and they need to do just that, and I highly agree with that. The Jets had number 11 overall, and Raiders number 12 overall, 49ers number 13, and the Buccaneers number 14 are candidates to pick up a receiver before Denver is on the clock with the 15th pick. Now there are other teams slated to pick later in round 1 that might be trying to move ahead of John Elway and his Broncos for one of the top 3 pass catchers as well. Now, trading away the 15th selection and 2 third-round picks may be necessary for Denver to ensure it lands the receiver it desires. Now, the Browns could still pick up an excellent player in the mid part of the 1st round to shore up the roster. Arizona selecting 8th and Jacksonville selecting 9th could also be willing trade partners for GM John Elway if he doesn't want to move up in round 1 to get a receiver. Now, don't be surprised if the move happens in round 2, or perhaps he will trade back into round 1 late in the opening stanza. Now, let's see what all happens when the draft gets underway on the 23rd with round 1. And I will do continuous podcasts, whether it's at my friend Matt Murphy's house or up in Studio B, my TV, my man cave, my TV room, which is Studio B, and have Matt Murphy on the phone with me, and we'll have the picks for you, and we'll give our thoughts on what we feel the move should be made. But I feel they should take Andrew Thomas with the number 10 pick overall. So I'll keep you updated. We'll get back to final thoughts on this in just a moment. But right now, it is time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. Which Rocky actor once played in the NFL? And if you said Carl Weathers, you are correct. Carl Weathers, who played the role of Apollo Creed in the Rocky franchise, actually undrafted, played in the NFL from 1971 to 1974. I will have another trivia question on my next podcast, which will be tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Now, getting back to the NFL draft and the Browns, and I feel they shouldn't go with Beckham. I feel they should go with Thomas. I agree with my buddy Keith Norman, and I just feel they should go with Beckham in this with the Thomas, Andrew Thomas from Georgia in the first round with the 10th pick, and not trade that 10th pick, because I know the Broncos could be looking to trade their 15th pick overall. But I think going with Thomas in that 10th pick would be a good move, and I really agree with my buddy Keith Norman, who will join me on the phone on my Scott Sports 101 podcast on Sunday. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back with another podcast tomorrow, but until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm